Welcome as we continue on our spiritual awakening journey. In the last chapter, we explained in detail how the physical dimension was created. In this chapter, we are going to highlight few foundational notions to have in mind in order to better assimilate this course as we proceed. Firstly, it is important to know that most ancient sacred texts are coded. What does this mean? It means the interpretation of the true meanings behind the texts is not as black and white. Do not interpret the writings in the Quran, the Bible, the Vedas, Bhagavad Gita, the Dhammapadas, the Tao Te Ching, the Avesta, the Pyramid texts, the Hermetica. Do not interpret these writings literally. You need to seek spiritual guidance to best interpret their meanings in the right manner. Most sacred texts were written in a symbolic and imagery language. This was done to hide the truth from infiltrators and manipulators, and it was left only for the wise to break the code and understand the truth behind the texts. It is only today that sacred writings are available everywhere. Back in the days, these were only found in the temples and kept secret by the priests. Only the priest knew the hidden truth behind the texts. In the Bible was read to the public only by the priests. Spiritual information needs to be protected and cannot be at the disposal of everyone. Spiritual revelation is needed to interpret sacred texts correctly. Let us take an example to illustrate. In the Bible, they speak of a Garden of Eden, and in this garden is found Adam and Eve, a serpent and a fruit that was eaten. If you read the scriptures intellectually without decoding these symbols and the imagery language, you will understand the texts carnally and not spiritually. Remember, a human being is a spiritual being that lives in physical body. So, when the Bible speaks of Adam and Eve in a garden, it is a location not on earth. They were first in the spiritual kingdom, in the garden of the Most High. They later came to earth. And even the Adam and Eve that you speak of thinking it is one man and one woman, no, it is in reference to a large number of people. Others have the masculine energy, and others have a feminine energy. The serpent spoken of is the guardian angel that started training these spiritual beings to master the new environment they were sent to. This serpent later abused his responsibility and mission that is taught in the sense of giving Eve a fruit that she ate, and she also gave her husband. This fruit is not a physical fruit. It was a new idea, a new information that changed the mindset of these spiritual beings to live different to the way their Maker had instructed them. Them being chased away from the garden, from the presence of their Maker, was actually an event that was misplaced in the timeline of events. To leave the garden of their Maker, the spiritual kingdom, meant an opportunity to come and experience life on earth physically. Let's take another example. The story of Cain and Abel. The widely known story of two brothers, where one brother killed the other brother out of jealous of his sacrifice not being accepted by their Maker. Such stories were narrated to children in kindergarten in Egypt, but when they approached the age of puberty and began their initiation phase, the priests in temples revealed to them the meanings of these symbols. They came to realize that story of Cain and Abel speaks of the animal man and Osiris. Osiris being the spiritual dimension of a human, and Isis and Horus being the physical dimension of a human. Cain and Abel, the two brothers, symbolized the animal, human, and the soul. These two brothers are twins and have to work together. The Maker is more concerned with the nature of the soul. The soul is foreigner in this dimension and has to work together with the animal human to achieve his or her spiritual objectives. But if the soul Abel becomes a prisoner of the animal human, that the Bible symbolized as Cain, and Cain begins to control the soul. This is what the Bible means by Cain killing Abel. It simply means live your life in a manner that the physical aspect of you does not make you a prisoner of its fleshly and carnal desires. Live by the desires of the Spirit. A great teacher once said, "Man shall not live by bread alone, but by having a relationship with his Maker." The bread is important. The physical aspect of human is important, but to have a spiritual relationship with your Maker is the most important part. So, in the Council of Nicaea, 325 AD, so many pollutants were added to the Bible, and the proper interpretations of the scriptures were corrupted. In the Council of Constantinople, in 381 AD, more vomits were added to the religion that many follow today. They polluted the texts with unbelievable vomits. They changed so many things in the Bible. Names of many historical figures were changed to suit their agenda. They changed the locations and timeline of many of the events. They changed the race of the historical figures to look like them, to appear superior to other races. They changed so many meanings of the texts, and their interpretation of the texts was full of vomits. They changed and stole the history of other people and made it theirs, while other people were far evolved on morality. They lived as bandits and savages in the mountains of Caucasia. They also changed and influenced the cultures of many people. Language carries the culture of a people. They abolished the languages of other people, calling them dialects, and imposed on them by force to adopt their languages. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Matrix is real. It is time to wake up like Neo and take the red pill, and we will take you on a ride of a lifetime. In the next chapter, we shall speak of the 9 bodies that a human spirit wears, and why does it wear these 9 bodies?
We are Zola Bantu. We live in love, we live in purity, we live in justice. We are priests, we are scientists, we are judges. The 3 pillars of spirituality. We bring together the best of us, we build together, we don't destroy.